You know what I'm realizing? I'm realizing as a mom, nobody told me there's a point in time when you stop being their mom. Like right now, like help me unpack this because this is what's happening to me right now. Help me unpack this because my two oldest, the oldest is 27, 26. The other one just turned 18, right? Those two, not Dylan. Dylan's still 12, you know, but even with him, it's not the same anymore because I've got to stages. Like I need someone who has like a 40-year-old son or 40, yeah, a 40-year-old son because I don't have girls, but like a 40-year, like like what does that look like? Like I know it's going to look different for me, but it's kind of like I'm looking around going, what the, cuz there's no manual for this. Like I don't like I can't go to my mom and be like how did you, because I don't, that doesn't work, you know? So it's like I'm confused because I'm like I feel like at a certain point you another grown person and I shouldn't have to tell you anything. You should know what your responsibilities are and what you're supposed to do with those responsibilities. I shouldn't have to tell you anything. I've trained you. You know, I stop being your mom and we start being like roommates, which is really like it's odd. It's like odd because I have one child and he's 12. The other two, they're grown. These are like grown men. You know, so it's not even like these are grown men. You know, and it's gone from being their mom to do this, do that, do this, do that, to no, this is your area. However you want to keep your area, that's on you. But you know, we got to fix this and do this. It's no longer it's not a mom role. It's weird. Oh, I hope I'm not the only one going through this. It is weird. It's weird because it's like you know you can't nitpick with them the way you did when you were their mom. You understand? You're their roommate. You're not like you share responsibilities. They pay for stuff, you pay for stuff, you know, so it's kind of like it's like a home where everybody pitches in. Does that make sense? So it's like being like, oh, you got to do this because I say so. They're twice my size. They're twice my size. Like I have to literally look up at Jaden when I talk to him. You know, it probably looks like this. You know, and it's odd. It's just odd to watch it like happen because I don't know why I didn't expect it to happen, but because I knew it was going to happen, but it was just like it's odd. I don't have three kids. You know, I have two men and a kid. You know, it's really like I don't know if I'm the only, it's like I'm baffled by it. I don't like because someone asked me one time how many adults are in the house, and I was like, oh shit. I said that just like that. I was like, oh shit, there's three, you know, and to me that's odd because I've always been the only adult in the house, you know. Well, whatever, but yeah, but I always felt like, oh, I'm in a house full of kids, but I'm not in a house full of kids anymore. These kids are grown, and it just has my mind like so it's like now I have to learn how to communicate, how to, because my role has changed, my role is different. I'm there to guide, you know, but I'm not there to tell them what to do. It's not my job to tell you you know what your responsibilities are, and you know what type of man I've trained you to be. So no one can say it was on me. I did my part. You understand? No one can say nothing to me. I did my part. I did my part, and I'm still doing my part for the cause. You understand? So it's like no one can say shit to me. So it's like if they act a certain way that's shady, that's on them. They ain't got shit to do with me. And I realized that the year Matthew wasn't doing well in high school. And I was just like, huh. I was like, this don't have nothing to do with me. If you don't do it, that's on you. So I left him alone, and when I left him alone, he fixed it himself. It was odd when I stopped getting on him about it, and the same thing happened with Jaden. And the funny thing is, I caught it earlier with Jaden because I had already went through it with Matthew. So unfortunately, the firstborn always gets the brunt of shit. They're the first test subject. They're the first variable. You understand? And if it doesn't work with them, you try to do something. You try to do something different with the second one, and then the second one kind of mess up with that. And by the third one, you're like, I give up. I don't care. Whatever, he's gonna do whatever he wants to do anyway. So you try to just kind of like put buffers on on the last one. Just be like, no, 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 go this way. But for the most part, you can't control it. It's like handling live wire. He can't handle it. You definitely need special equipment. But yeah, this is the clan. It's a ragtag group of people, but we're good people. They're really good people. But and no one prepares you for it. No one no one prepared me for this. Like I'm sitting here going, wow, I didn't expect this. I didn't expect to not know what to do. I'm watching me watch myself because I'm watching myself and I'm like, okay, how are we gonna handle this? And I'm like, bitch, I don't know. How are we gonna handle this? Thank God for spirits. Please, spirits and people, what? Because I'm like, and then you go to people outside of your energy and your spirit team and they have no clue how to help you, and it's like I'm looking at them like, how do you not know how to help me? You've been a 27 or 26-year-old guy. What? I don't understand how you can't. They couldn't help me. I'm like, oh, this is crazy. So for me it's pretty much see testing the theory and seeing what works. I do know the theory that I've been testing where it's like I only step in when it is like zero. It's at zero and someone needs to reset. Someone needs to come in and reset it. That's when I come in. And I'm like, okay, and I start to reset stuff. And then I let the plane fly. I do. I let the plane fly and I let them do see because I trained them. You understand? I trained them. I did I it was only me. So I am happy and thankful I was trained by only men. I it was there was obviously a reason for it. I was trained only by men, and they were the most militant cardinal sign type men, A type personalities you can find. And then it started to taper off and it started being more calming, sweet, kind men. So I'm thankful for that, but it's only been men. So I told them, I can't teach you how to be a man, but I could teach you how to be a leader because I've been trained by them. I've been trained by high profile men. So it's like that's what people like. Why do you think the way you do? Like these are the people they always told me you are only as good as the five people you are around every day. Whoever you are around every day or whoever's in your ear every day, they are influencing your life. They really are. They're influencing your life. They're moving your life in a certain direction, or they're keeping it where it is. You understand? So it's like that group chat. You might want to get out of that group chat because that group chat it might be toxic. You have to muscle test and look at it, because you'll be sitting there just sipping on poison and you don't even realize that that's what you're doing. You're like, I don't feel well. I don't know why. And your body's like, hey, ding ding, this is the culprit. Get away from this group chat. But I don't know why we swung over there, but that's where we went. But yeah, so nobody prepares you. Nobody prepares you for what you're going to face. And for me, it's kind of like, especially with my oldest, I don't know. I don't know when I'm doing it right. I don't know when I'm doing it right. I don't know when I'm doing it wrong because he's a Scorpio like me and they don't say shit. They just be like, all right, I see you. All right. And they don't say nothing. So I can't even get mad because I'm like that. When I'm annoyed at a person, I don't talk to them. I don't talk to them. I don't, like you don't exist. And it's like, I get that because I'm like that. So it's kind of like I can't be I'm not mom. I'm his roommate. I'm his roommate. Granted, you respect your roommate because my name is Keisha Goddamn Grant, and I will flip this whole fucking house if you try to play me. So it's not because I'm mom, you need to respect me. No, it's because I'm Keisha, you need to respect me. What are we doing right now? I grew up in the '90s. We didn't play that shit. What? Who are you talking to? Mm-mm. People laugh at like the way I speak. I'm like, trust me. I say, do you understand? Because I don't want to say, you know what I'm saying? You understand? So that's why I say it. Because this what do you understand sounds more than nah I mean, so it's like this is where I grew up, so don't play with me. I'm not a game. But I digress. But yeah, nobody prepares you to for this part of parenting, and granted there's supposed to be two of us, but there's only one, and I know I've trained these men to be leaders because that's what I was trained by. I was trained by only leaders, so I know like how to lead. I know how to do this. That's probably why I know how to lead. I know how to lead. I know how to do things. I know how to command a room. I know how to have presence, and I've taught them that. So now all I can do is sit back and watch. That is the most nerve-wracking roller coaster ride you can find, because you even when you see them doing something that is not correct for you or for me, I need to mind my business. Oh, it's crazy. It hurts my heart. You need to mind your business and not say shit. And it's like, and then you have a person with you that's like, don't say nothing to him. Like that's on him. Don't say nothing to him. And you're like, ah, or you say something and they're like, stop, don't say nothing else after that. And you're like, damn. You're like, okay. And it's working. You understand? It's working because it's like you say up until a point what's what and leave it. Because me, I'm telling you right now, I used to be the one to be like, and another thing, and another thing. And I was told that is not, don't do that. I was advised by my spiritual advisor. I was advised, do not do that. Do not nag. That's when it turns into nagging. A correction, this is what I'm understanding. A correction turns into nagging when you don't drop it. That's when it starts for the people that I'm around. Because and then the thing is, I thought about it when I was coming up, and the people that used, because I started doing stuff so good that people didn't tell me shit. That was my goal in life. I didn't want no one saying, don't say my name, don't just leave me alone. So I that's how I did things. But before it was like, oh, Keisha, and you're like, what the hell, what did I do now? And it's like, they had to find a way to make it not that way. You know what I mean? I lost my whole train of thought. I was like, where the hell was I lost it. We might not get it back because I really don't remember what we were talking about. But anywho, nobody prepares you. That's the premise. Nobody prepares you for your kids growing up, your kids being adults, and you no longer being the the ruler of the home. You have to sit back and hope that everything that you taught them, they heard it and they're going to use it, even if they just put it in their pocket. And I just worry sometimes that they practice the wrong thing, because you can practice bad behavior. You can practice, and bad behavior isn't about the other person. Bad behavior is something that is not to your benefit. It doesn't have any benefit for you. That's why it's bad behavior, or it's a bad decision, or it's a bad choice. When you do something and you know that that's not good for you because the last time you did it, you didn't have a good outcome, and you do it again, you are practicing bad behavior. You're practicing to be all over the place. You're practicing to be upset. And that's the life. That's the life you're creating. Whatever you practice, that's what you're going to create. You understand? I practice designing. I practice being an artist. And I practice talking. That's what I'm starting to create. Does that make sense? But if you practice not doing anything and laying around and watching TV, and you keep doing that and you keep doing that, that becomes a habit. And then you're stuck in that routine. You understand? And then it's on a loop. And then you're stuck and you're caught in a loop. Me, this is why I do so many different things. I do so many different things because I cannot do the same thing for years. It would drive me crazy. Even though I worked at finance for 12 years, I've had so many different roles in that one role. I was the photographer, I was the designer, I was, the person that got everybody together, I was the assistant, I was the confident, it was a lot of different hats. So it kept me interested. Now if I was only just and that's it, and there was no like excite, I probably wouldn't be there. I would hate it because it's the same thing over and over again. And that's not what I wanted. That's still not what I want, but I want variety. But yeah. So anyway, I love you guys. Stay up, stay blessed. Deuces, and I'm